Okay, so we're going straight into the topic.
Okay.
Earlier today, we were talking about your conflict with one of your
Employees.
one of your employees that had started in pre-K.
Right.
And so tell me about some of the things that led to the original conflict or led to the buildup of this conflict.
Well, I think it started about 10 to 12 years ago. We were in pre-K, and we were just, I guess like the conflict started in pre-K because we were always mean to each other and we just never really got along. And we always went to the same middle school and the same high school, and it was just like more of the same thing. Like we were just not really associating with each other. Like we didn't really like each other. Yeah, and I guess when I realized that she worked in the same place that I got hired, it was just like, more of the same thing. Like it was just like we didn't speak to each other. It was in different cliques. We didn't really associate when we did work together. There was no teamwork because we didn't like each other at all. So it was just not.
Okay, so you say this problem started 10 to 12 years ago.
Right.
So just tell me about some of the things that led to the conflict. Some of the original things that led you to not...
Well, I would have to say it was one day after nap time. I guess she was still sleeping, and I didn't like I said we didn't like each other. So what had happened was they had sent me to wake her up, and I didn't, and she got in trouble. So she always held that against me. But I was a child, so
And she was a child also.
Right. So now looking back, it was just like it was a stupid reason for her to get upset at me in the first place.
Okay,
and it just led on, like it was just building and building throughout the years.
So, obviously you guys are in pre-K, so there isn't any chance to have a mature conversation or try to settle these problems.
Right.
It's just pre-K.
It's just pre-K,
So, okay, so you're saying you guys work together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything that happened in the workplace or at the workplace that either added on to the conflict or...
I would say it was when because we work in 16 handles, so there are like a very narrow part between where you see the people, like where you see the customers, and the back room. So it was a point where...
So it was a close proximity.
Right. The wall was here, and then this is the open area. So
okay.
As I was walking out, I guess she had stepped back, and my foot got caught in hers, and then I ended up tripping. And
you ended up tripping her, or you ended up tripping yourself? Okay.
I ended up tripping.
Okay.
And she was just laughing at me, and then it was a point where it was really heated. Like I really got upset, and I was like, "Oh, you did that on purpose." We was just making a scene, basically.
Right.
And the manager came in, and he sat us down, and he was like, "Okay, this needs to stop because you're ruining the image of the store, and we don't tolerate that." So yeah.
Okay, so you saying someone intervened,
right?
Being your manager, which was a person of higher authority.
Yes.
He intervened. He made the decision to try to sit you guys both down.
Yes.
To solve the problem.
Right. He was like.
So what are some of the things? What are some of the techniques he used? Not techniques, but what are some of the things he used to try to reconcile the differences you and that other person had?
Right. Well, basically what he did was like he sat us down. He was like, it can go two ways. I can fire both of you, or you can settle this. So what he did.
So he gave you. I'm sorry to interrupt. He gave you an incentive to.
Right. He basically said, you want to get along, you want to work here, you need to get along, you need to get it together. So basically what he did was he tried to like reach into the root of the problem. And
okay.
He basically was like, okay, like why are you what is causing all this animosity towards each other? And we ended up telling him what had happened, and even while like saying it, we just couldn't even finish because it was just so dumb, we didn't realize how, I would say, immature we were being over something so petty.
Right.
So that's when we really were
So in conclusion, what did you learn from this conflict, Miss Samantha?
Well, I basically learned that you can't really, bring those types of things with you. Like, you need to just let it go.
Right.
Like, it wasn't that serious, And now, like, we actually get along very well now working. And, yeah, it's just petty. It's petty.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.